Hello YouTube, this is my first ever video, but I'm hoping to make more in the future. I'm a bit nervous, but I hope you enjoy it anyways. I played mostly games, workshop games, but I'm looking into historical, which is what I'm going to talk about today. This is a mini unpacking, and I also want to give a shout out to some great guys in the community who've inspired me to give this a go. First of all, I want to shout out Warlord Studios, who helped me decide to give this a go. And I'd also like to shout out the whole Red Steel bunch, because their content just inspired me. I know I said I'm going to speak about historical, but first up we have an airbrush. This is the Neo for Iwata. It's designed for beginners, and I want to say thank you to Mac for sending this out to me. I'm a complete novice, but I want to give it a try. So, from all the reviews I've saw, this is the perfect airbrush to give it a try. It's gravity fed, with a decent paint size, a decent nozzle size as well for detail work, and also for undercoating, priming, gloss, varnish, matting, etc. It's double action, which means that you can control the airflow by pressing down and the paint flow by pressing back, which means you've got greater control over the paint, and that's quite a smooth action actually. The Chinese one just broke, and that is way better than the Chinese one I bought off eBay. So thanks again Mac, and I'll be back in a sec with some historical stuff to look at. Thank you. Okay guys, I'm back with Warlord Games bolt action miniatures. A really cool thing that you get from these guys is when you order, they tell you who packed your parcel, so you know that they're doing their job properly because they're putting their name to it. This is a 28mm supported platoon level game, so you'll get mostly infantry, but you'll get tank support, artillery support, mortars. Yep, and the rules were actually written by Rick Priestley and Alessio Calvatore. Everyone knows them, so I'll do a review of the rules in another video later. The rulebook's great, by the way. The models are a great price, about £20 for this box, and you get 25 hard plastic miniatures with some great cover art to look at. And that's actually enough to play the game. You need like 2 squads of 10 and some sort of command. 25 gives you that. You can even add a mortar team or a anti-tank team straight from the box. They're hard plastic like you're used to from Games Workshop, with some great detail on the sculpt, if that's cameras picking it up. That's from behind. You get a range of heads. They actually have a figurehead system, which means that if you've got any other packs of British guys, you can swap the heads between the systems. They fit on both, and you can choose which helmet you have on the heads, and these will fit heads from the rest of that range. You get cool little storage. They're a bit smaller than Games Workshop miniatures, but that's because they're real scale rather than heroic. You get bases. I won't be using these bases, but it's nice that they've included them in there. Everyone loves bases. You also get things like spades up here, teapots, because you know Brits like their tea. One thing to note though is arms fit certain guns, so if you do get these, make sure you're clipping off the right arms before you fire them down and get them all jumbled up. You also get weapon sprues. This includes a range of weapons, the Enfield rifle, which served the British Tommy through World War I and World War II. You get storage for anti-tank grenades there. I think this is called a Sten. It's a submachine gun used by British officers, non-commanding officers, etc. You get a PIAC, which is that anti-tank team I was talking about. You get a mortar in its packed away position. You get a Bren light machine gun. You get one of these on average for every 10 men. Sorry, the quality's gone a bit. Yeah, for every 10 men you get pistols. I think it's got a Wembley revolver for your officers. You get Thompsons if you decide the Canadians, because this box also makes Canadians. And why not, they're wicked. You also get, in the game system, you also get blister packs, so that's what you're used to at Games Workshop. One thing to note, these do not come with bases, so you've got to buy your own bases. I'm going to be using the lip type that you get with Manifold and War Machine, so I can make some really cool bases using base crafts. They've got a whole range really. I've got a 17 pounder anti-tank gun, 3-inch mortar team, British Command. You also get a medic in there. Carrying a stretcher, brave guy. No weapon, of course. And the thing that I'm most excited about in this range, let me just move these out of the way. Tanks. Okay, this is a British Sherman 5. You can tell mainly because of the applique armour. It's cast in resin, and this is the clearest resin I've ever saw. I've got quite a few Forger models, and to be honest, they need to pull their socks up to compete with this. It's amazing. They actually shave it down for you. There is a bit of flash, but you know, nothing that you can't deal with. Just get the other parts out. Your turret is also resin, and just sits on top of there like that. The tracks, I hate building tracks for Warlord models, but these guys, one piece, plug holes, just slide under there. I'm not going to do that now because I'll probably not attract the element, that'd be quite embarrassing. You get metal detailing bits, so you've got your gun barrel, your turrets, your tow hooks. Yeah, I'm really impressed. I mean, I wish the Sherman 5 got a cool box at the infantry, but yeah, can you say? I mean, look at that, that's just wicked. I'm a bit of a World War II geek. I'm studying at university for my dissertation, so I'm hoping this keeps me interested. Yeah, I hope if you've got any questions about the action range, just let me know. Warlord games are great, you phone them up, they're great over the phone. They're hobbyists who are answering the phone. They know exactly what you want to know. Yeah, great customer service, and would recommend this range to anybody out there who's interested in the time period. Yep, that's it for now, guys. Okay guys, the last thing I'm looking at today is the Hail Caesar starter set. It's a beast of a box set. I actually struggled to fit it on the iPhone camera. It's by Warlord Games again. It's for their Hail Caesar range, which is a biblical to medieval period, well, early medieval period, and it's written by Rick Priestley. You get the full hardback colour rulebook in the box set. Take Note Games Workshop with your mini rulebooks. They're great for tournaments, but when you're buying a starter set, you really want the full thing, don't you? I'll do a review of that in detail later. And you get a ton of plastic miniatures, which makes this a great buy. It's about £60. You can get it cheaper from other retailers, but to be honest, the guys at Warlord are so great, you should go support them. I actually went halves with this with a friend, and he's been kind enough to let me keep this to do this review, so thank you, Gordon. We'll do a review of what he thinks in this kit later as well, because he's never gone not Games Workshop. All his miniatures are GW. It's hard plastic again. You get a Scorpion, which is pretty similar to a Bullfrog from Fantasy, with 3 crew. They're all multi-poles, dynamically posed, great detail. I mean, that's, come on, that's amazing. That's equal to Games Workshop. You get 30 Roman Legionnaires. The game's called Hail Caesar, so what do you expect? With command options, you get this really cool head down here, if my camera focuses, with the wolf skin on the back. This is for the guy who carries the banner. Square shields. It's a figurehead system like bolt action again, so you can swap the heads between models. You get pilums, which are the throwing javelin light weapons, quite heavy, one use only. And gladiators, which is the short stabbing sword the Romans used. You also get, to fight them, the box set's called Conquest of Gaul, so you need some barbarians to fight. You get 60 of these. Well, I actually got 70 because for some reason they packed 10 more than they should have. Thanks, Warlord. These are multi-poles again. You get some guys with armour, some topless guys, because that's what barbarians did. You get a range of weapons, you get swords, spears, etc. One thing to note is that in the starter set you don't get the core transfers you get with the other box sets, which was a bit disappointing when I opened it. but then I noticed I had 10 extra models, so I thought best not complain. Transfers are available separately, and I have ordered some, so I'll do a little review of them in a future video, maybe with a rulebook. And I expect to see these painted in the coming weeks. Yeah, so thanks guys. Let me know what you thought of the video, especially the quality, because I know the iPhone isn't the best. Let me know if there's anything you want to see, especially historical. There's not enough historical on YouTube. Comment, rate, whatever, but be nice, yeah? We'll see you later.